So let's look at the Echo Knight. Mysterious and feared frontline warrior of the Kryn Dynasty. The Echo Knight has mastered the art of using dunamis to summon the fading shades of unrealized timelines to aid them in battle. Surrounded by echoes of their own might, they charge into the fray as cycling swarms of shadows and strikes. So it sounds like a really cool subclass. You can pretty much create a clone of yourself, which has been seen in a lot of other video games and as a lot of media. If you want to check out the TV tropes page, I'm sure you'll find a long list of different things. So let's look at the abilities then. First up at level 3, you get Manifest Echo. You can use your bonus action to make a copy of yourself within 15 feet. And you can dismiss it, and the usual rules apply. If you're incapacitated or things like that, then it goes. And the echo is technically part of your abilities, but it does have some what's the word I'm looking for? It does have some agency for itself. It has an AC bonus that's tied to your proficiency bonus, and as soon as it gets hit, it's out of there. But the good thing is, you can do this. I believe you can do this an infinite number of times, as long as you've got the has an AC of 14 plus your proficiency bonus, 1 hit point, and immunity to all conditions. If it has to make a saving throw, it uses your saving throw with a bonus roll. Same size as you, occupies it, and it occupies its space. On your turn, you can command the echo to move to 30 feet. It doesn't say if it costs it uses a bonus action to summon. That's what I'm looking for. So, bonus action, summon an echo, get in, try and get some hits in. Then, with your second bonus action, you can swap between the echo and yourself. You can kind of like jump into other places, and you can take an extra attack with your echo if you take the attack action. So this is quite handy. It's essentially giving you an extra attack every turn, and the attack is independent of your spacing. So it draws some similarities to the cleric sacred weapon spell, I think. But it does have some of its own identity, and for a fighter, it has a lot of flexibility too. When a creature that you can see within 5 feet of your echo moves at least 5 feet away from it, you can use your reaction to make an attack as well. So, you can make a bonus action attack, you can use your reaction to attack, and you can technically fight 2 things at the same time. I think that should be quite handy when you use this in conjunction with a rogue, so you can kind of like make sure you get opportunity attacks. But yeah, if you compare it to things like the champion, which has got a really good level 3 ability, but then afterwards it just kind of tapers off. I'd say Echo Knight so far is better than the champion, on par with the Eldritch Knight, and maybe on par with the Battlemaster as well. Battlemaster has a bit more flexibility. But let's look at the other ability you get at level 3. Unleash Incarnation? You can heighten your Echo's fury. Whenever you take the attack action, you can make an additional melee attack from the Echo's position. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your Constitution modifier, and you regain it all when you finish a long rest. So, bonus action, summon the Echo. Action, attack. Echo attack. And then the next turn you can attack, Echo attack, and then bonus action Echo attack. So you're essentially getting 3 attacks every round at level 3. If you're fishing for critical hits, then that would be quite a powerful ability. But I think fishing for crits is not the best way to go around doing these things, but that does work. Echo Avatar at level 7. You can temporarily transfer your consciousness to your Echo. As an action, you can see through your Echo's eyes and hear through its ears. During this time, you're deafened and blinded. You can sustain this effect for 10 minutes, and you can end it at any time with no action. Be used up to 1,000 feet, so this turns the Echo Fighter the Echo Knight into a great scout, more than the actual Thief Scout subclass. I think being able to navigate and spy on people has great thematical appropriation. appropriation? That's not the word I'm looking for. You understand what I mean. It has great potential for intrigue and espionage. I think starting out, you're boosting your ability to have different attacks. You can swap in and out of these echoes in yourself, and you can use it as almost like a summon familiar in a similar way. But you don't have the responsibility of looking after the familiar. You can't cast spells with it, but the scouting option is quite strong. Hey, Star Trek Zach. With max constitution, 5 modifier, that's a lot of extra attacks you'd get. Pretty powerful. So, Shadow Martyr. You can make your echo throw itself in front of an attack directed at another creature that you can see. Before the attack roll is made, you can use your reaction to teleport the echo to an unoccupied space within 5 feet. The attack roll that triggered the reaction is instead made against your echo. So it's giving you a get out of jail free card. You can jump out of danger whenever you need to. Yeah, I think it starts off with a flexible ability and then it just keeps adding abilities on top of that and on top of that. This is a real powerhouse, actually. I'm enjoying it. And it's tied to a short or a long rest, so that's worth noting. I know some abilities with the fighter are short, some are long rest. So yeah, it's got scouting, it's got attack, it's got defense in the Shadow Martyr. It's all working out. Feels like a really well-rounded class. Reclaim potential. At level 15, you've learned to absorb the fleeting magic of your echo. When an echo of yours is destroyed by taking damage, you can gain a number of temporary hit points equal to 2d6 plus your con modifier. So that's 12 plus 5, a potential 17 extra temporary hit points. At level 15, you're dealing with like big, massive creatures and earth-shattering abilities, but yeah, temporary hit points are always welcome. I've never met a player that doesn't want temporary hit points. Damage mitigation. I'd use it anytime the wizard or other softie got attacked. Is always better than trying to heal. Yeah, prevention is better than cure, as the old saying goes. So with that out the way, let's scroll down to Legion of One. Level 18 feature. So it's pretty late in the game. By this point, the monk's going to be astral traveling and the wizard's going to be casting wish spells and crazy things like that. So let's see what the Echo Knight has to do to try and keep up with them. You can use a bonus action to create 2 echoes. Oh, okay. These echoes can coexist. If you try to create a 3rd echo, the previous 2 echoes are destroyed. There's a bit of a limit to that, but that's not a bad thing. Anything you can do from one echo's position can be done from the others instead. In addition, when you roll initiative, you have no uses of your Unleash Incarnation feature left. You can regain 1 use of the feature. If you use a bonus action, then they both get an attack, I think. That is quite powerful if you combine that with the fact the fighter at the end game gets like 4, potentially 5 attacks per round. And then you've always got action surge. I think whenever you're dealing with any fighter subclass, the threat of action surge is always looming behind the curtain. But yeah, it seems like a really good subclass. I'd have to put it up there. It's probably one of the better subclasses. I mean, what else do we have to deal with? You've got the Champion's mediocre, Battlemaster's flexible, Eldritch Knight has some good Gish combinations, Arcane Archer is a little bit disappointing. It's good, but it's not great. Yeah, I can't really think of a better fighter subclass off the top of my head. But yeah, I'd have to give this one an A. It's got my seal of approval. And Zach says, use the Martyr feature. Help save a teammate from a big attack. With Reclaim, you get a portion of that HP back. Not overly impressed with the capstone, but overall I love this class. I think the capstone is quite good, actually. It allows you to essentially juggle between a lot of different things. And if you think about it, not just attacking, but you could have 2 clones that you can send out to scout as well. And this is subtly, it's probably one of the better espionage subclasses you can pick. It outshines some of the rogues, so says more about how powerful this is than how underwhelming the rogue subclasses are. I'm really itching to play one now. Be interested to see how this plays out in a real setting. Echo Knight is a strong one, doubling down on the fighter's attack focus role while giving movement utility. Yeah, I think it's a real jack of all trades. If, theoretically, if we were to get a Spelljammer book, I'm not promising anything, but if we were to get Spelljammer book with some space age combat, I think the Echo Fighter would blend in perfectly with it. It wouldn't feel out of place, it wouldn't feel too mundane. Just the right side of cosmic without getting too esoteric and out there, you know? The problem is, when you're talking about balancing, the wizard is so overtuned at later levels, nothing compares with it. So you kind of have to take that into consideration. When you're dealing with level 15 to 20 games in general, you're telling a very different story arc compared to level 1 to 5 where you're saving a village, or 5 to 10 when you're saving a city. With this, you're saving the universe, so you can definitely go for something more Shin Megami Tensei,